Okay, so here it is, Friday, and it's a busy day. As you can see, all of the students are coming out of class. Glenn is here. Glenn?
Portland, how are you all? Welcome to South Africa, and Dixie in particular.
Glenn is our overall fearless leader from the Thorny Bush Collective, and I am standing on our finished slab. And it's awesome. It feels so good to have made it to this point. And it really is, it's ready. So we're ready to come. The site is cleaned up. It looks great, as you can see behind me. The guys did just an outstanding job. They carefully bricked around the excess gravel and sand, which we'll use when we come back in June. And we've got ourselves ready. So let me just give you a quick kind of walking tour of what the school is going to look like when you come in. So, as you can see in my background here, there's all of the beautiful children's handprints in the slab, and they are just so thrilled that their hands got to be in here. So when you come into the school from this angle, right here behind me will be one container, and on the opposite side will be the other container. These shipping containers will come, they will be trucked in from Durban, South Africa, where they will land. They'll be trucked in, a crane will be here to meet them, they'll get picked and placed onto their respective areas and then left alone. After they get picked and placed, the space between the containers, that line right there, will get bricked in place, a double course brick wall with metal sash windows that we will then glaze after the fact. When we arrive, so that'll all happen at the very end of May or the beginning of June. When we arrive, we will then start the disassembly of the containers and get ourselves ready to open this school, which will happen very fast when you consider what we're doing. So the whole project, from start to finish, once we arrive here, is going to take around 10 days. So behind me, this is, I've been walking down the main entrance, which will be a covered canopy. And we want to give a special shout out to Fott Steel, who donated, designed, engineered, and donated the steel trusses and designed them to only weigh 165 pounds apiece so that we can manually manipulate them, pull them out of the containers, and then set them up on top of the roof. So special thanks shout out to Wayne and company at Fott. Guys out in the shop, thank you so much for making this happen. We really appreciate it, and so do these kids. You'll come in here, and as we enter into the school, this is now the entrance of the shipping container. I am now standing what will be a vestibule inside the container. So we'll open the container doors, and you'll walk in to a covered vestibule. At that point, there'll be one door that enters into this classroom, and then as I continue down the hallway, there'll be another door right behind me that enters into the large classroom. Both of these classrooms will be the biggest classrooms on campus, with a seating capacity of around 40 to 45 students. PPS, special thanks to them, they donated all of our desks and chairs from their old attic stock, and these kids are going to absolutely love them. So all those kids and all of you that scratched your name in to your desk like I did, it is now going to make its way over here to South Africa and let a whole new country of children scratch their initials into those desks, which is pretty exciting. The classes themselves are pretty straightforward. We're going to cut the containers behind me. They'll get completely opened up with the exception of one column here. We have our large central footing that runs right down the middle, which will be a bearing wall that the trusses will land on. That's the center span of the truss. They will have overhang to create shading and windows on the front and back side. The connexes will open up on both sides so that the teachers will be at one end and the students will populate all the way underneath into the connexes on the other end. Ceiling fans that exhaust and move the air. And also we'll be putting in gutter systems and JoJo tanks, which are giant plastic collection for rain tanks that will be able to help harvest and hold rainwater so that the campus can use it. They do not have, they do use JoJo tanks here, and they do have a well, but it's really weak, the water flow. which made concrete pour very interesting. But we made it through. And the other thing, this is a great vantage point. You can see the whole campus from here. All of the buildings on campus will get painted a matching color. Still to be determined by Concealia and Company, but it's going to be great. It's going to look great. The campus is all going to match. And I'm going to take you through on some of the other projects that we're going to look at doing.